All right, welcome, folks, back to another episode of Fathers of Taste with your kind host Eli and your other host Moses. Boy, we were excited to record this episode. We were extremely excited to record this episode. As we said last week, what we did was we listened to Kanye West's new album, Bully, and today we will be giving you guys our thoughts, our opinions, and our concerns on this album. And they'll all have to be, we'll just leave it all out there. Like, love, hate, whatever, we'll leave it there. I did ratings for each song. So for me personally, I don't think I ever got my overall album assessment, but we'll get into that and we'll see. So where should we start, good sir? Where should we start?
Best way might just be sequentially. I mean, we got a lot of songs to get through. I mean, there's some shorties for sure. So there will be some easier ones, but it is a bit of a catalog, this little album here. So honestly, I mean, I'm good to start from the first track and just go up or down to the 18th.
All right, this album, I'm not sure. I'm not too sure if it was necessarily long awaited by Kanye fans or long awaited by the hip hop / rap community. I'm not sure if this album was long awaited or not. I just know that randomly one day we got a announcement for this album, and everybody thought it was a joke, essentially, because Kanye has this thing where he's not too great with release dates. As seen by albums like the Vulture Twins, so Vultures 1 and 2. I'm pretty sure there was supposed to be a Vultures 3.
Yeah.
But that never got released. So, this album, I guess you could say, is the epitome of unexpected.
Yeah.
Especially from, Kanye. I don't think anybody expected him to release any music at this point in time. So we're going to start with the first track, the very first track of the album, and it's titled King. Personally, my thoughts on this song, I do honestly believe it was a pretty decent opening track. I gave the lyrics for this a B. So, we have our scales. So our scale is from S all the way to F. And it goes S, A, B, C, D, F. Yep. And that's our grades for these particular categories. For the production of this song, I gave it a B. For the vibes, I gave it a B. And for the instrumental, I gave it a C. Honestly, it is a solid overall opening track. Personally, I don't have anything much to say about the lyrics or anything as such. Honestly, what I will say is Kanye has this thing that I love that he does, and that is his sampling. Like his ability to sample and make it make sense, make the sample make sense, and it fits in the song and the way that he does it. I like that. And King was a prime example of that. Honestly, shoot, after even the reassessment of that, like with the sample on this song, I probably have to bump up the production from like a B to an A, because the sample made the song even better. Like I thought about the song without the sample, and I'm like, it wouldn't feel as impactful without the sample. The sample pretty much gave a good portion to that song, and I really liked it. Mm-hmm. But like I said, yeah, solid opening track. Like, there could be more. You could ask for better, but for a song that's the opening track that's supposed to grab you and catch your attention for the album, the song did do a good job of that. What were your thoughts, Moses? What were your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so this one, I would say, it's actually a little surprising, like, when you were giving off your scores per, each of our, little, rating segments, because I, lyrically, I gave it, a C. I think that could be, a C, B, sometimes, with Kanye, they're not the most, extravagant lyrics, There's actually like a lot of like kind of like meme lyrics sometimes. Like I know like something that was like a common thing like between like you and I was like Kanye lyrics of the day, just because he has like so many like outlandish bars that he makes.
Yes.
So
Very outlandish.
which I personally like for the most part, but there's some that they're very out there, to be fair. I remember talking to you yesterday about like how there was like a line in like one of the there was like a line in like one of like the earlier songs that kind of like made me think about that like Kanye like bar of the day.
Yeah, Kanye bar of the day.
And it just so happened to be from this song. It was actually the part where he's like, I brought a white queen to the altar, couldn't happen without Martin Luther, and then it goes to like the king, king, king part. And I was like, no way.
Alright, so now that I think about it, right? Alright, so the only reason I gave the lyrics a B for this song, because if you think about it, we have our 6 ratings. There's two middle letters, it's B and C. Alright, so C would be like mid, like all of the lyrics were just mid, like it wasn't anything to like marvel at. It wasn't great, like, but it also wasn't terrible. I gave it a B because there were some lines in there, yes, that kind of reminded me of like Kanye bar of the day where he would just say some outlandish like shit. But, you know, there were some lyrics in there that I was like, yo, I actually really appreciate that. And I think also a part of it was the use of the sample. It was the use of the sample. I can't lie.
King.
The sample, like I said, yeah, the sample, oh my gosh, the sample also, like, the way certain times that the sample came in, it kind of, like, bumped up the lyrics for me a little bit. Like, B tier on our scale is still kind of, like, mid. It might just be, like, a step above. It'll be, like, it's okay. Like, it wasn't, like, you know, extravagant. Like, extravagant would be, like, A, S. Like, extravagant is, like, S. Amazing is, like, A. And then B is, like, all right, it's good. And then C is like, it's okay. And then D is like, it's decent. And then F is just like, yo, it's just flat out bad. Like, it's just bad. So I was like, if me choosing between the two of those, I was like, yeah, I mean, I don't think the lyrics are necessarily mid. So I'll give them a step above and go B. You know, I didn't downplay it too much because I'm like, there are some really good lyrics in there that I did like. And, you know, like I said, the use of the sample did a lot for the song. So yeah, that's why I gave it a B. But yeah, I am very harsh. I'm very harsh when it comes to like grading the lyrics. Like I'm extremely harsh when it comes to that. And so for me to give it a B, I think it was well earned. It was definitely well earned.
Yeah, that's fair. I
mean, yeah, more to you.
C to B, I think, is where I was kind of going with it. Then
I was like, yeah, I think C to B is I think that's fair.
Yeah. Then for the B, I also gave that a C. I think you did too.
Yeah, the instrumental, I think I gave a C. Yeah,
not my
I wasn't
favorite.
Really a big fan.
Yeah,
I wasn't the greatest fan of the instrumental, but
yeah, not my favorite instrumental. I think that might have also hindered like the vibe one, because for the vibe I gave a C. I was like,
a C for the vibe.
Solid.
Yeah, it did. The instrumental did kind of take down the vibe of the song for me. But I was like, yo, I'm hearing some of the lyrics, and then I'm like, yo, this sample was actually kind of going crazy. Literally, I don't know. I might have to reassess the song because I feel like the sample will basically carry the song. Because I keep going back to the sample. Now that we're talking about it, I'm just like, yeah, the sample is just carrying the song. Like, anytime I've been talking about this song, it's been about the sample. So it's like, yeah, that one, yeah. So, yeah, I'll probably agree with you on that. Maybe I'll change my rating from a B to a C for the vibes on that song. Because, yeah, like I said, that instrumental was good. But I think most of my vibes just came from the sample.
And then, just like to conclude on the song, like, we actually did initially have the same score for the production. We both had like a B to start.
Yeah, I mean the production was decent. I can't lie. But this is Kanye, so it's like, you know, maybe we're grading based off of what we know they're capable of. So it's kind of like with Kanye, you know that he's capable of producing some amazing songs that sound really good. But then there's also some times where like it's a miss with his production. This happened to be like one of those songs that was kind of like in between. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. But yeah, that's the conclusion for that song. The very first track, King, I think me and Moses can agree it was a very decent opening track for the album. But like as a first song to like grab you in, I think it served its purpose in that manner.
Yeah.
All right, so let me see. What's the next song we had here? So the next song that we had after that is called "This Is a Must." So this one, I gave a C for the lyrics. I gave an A for production. I gave an A for vibes, and I gave S for the instrumental.
Oh wow.
I honestly do like that beat. I thought that beat, that I was like, I'm like, the bass is kicking on this. Like, I like this. Like, this is nice. Like the instrumental directly carried the vibes for me for this song, and the production of it. The song sounded well. I think the song sounded pretty good. So I was like, you know what? Let me give an A for this. And I'm going to be honest, I'm typically stingy with S's, but this album had a lot of S's in the production category. This song did have this album had a lot of S's in it. And honestly, for this album, to me, the production carried most of the album for me. I gave a C for the lyrics. We both know that Kanye is not, we're not going to say he's not a lyricist. We know Kanye can be a lyricist. We know Kanye can rap. As far as being a lyricist, Kanye's not really known for that. But, I was listening to the song, I'm listening to the lyrics, and I'm like, these lyrics are kind of mid, but the beat is nice, the instrumental is nice, the production, the way the song was mixed is nice, and the vibes were right. I like the vibes. What do you have? I'm quite curious to see. I'm quite curious.
This shit was No, I'm playing. No, I don't hate it, but that style, I think it's a case in where, and like this is something I've noticed like with Kanye since Donda, probably at least, is like there's a very new and like very particular sound that he kind of goes for now. Heavy on bass, very like electric, just like you were saying, like there's just a boom boom, like very heavy on bass. I don't know, I think that style for Kanye is just, it's hit or miss with me. This song, it was pretty much a miss. Lyrics, I mean, it's only like a minute and a half song. I think there's like one verse really, and then it's just repeating of the same kind of chorus, which a couple songs are like that, but this one didn't necessarily have anything, like you were saying, special, like lyric wise.
I felt like, we could give it a higher. It just didn't feel like that. Right. Honestly, like most of the song was based for production, instrumental vibes, like lyrics. Like the lyrics for this song, I feel like are an afterthought.
Yeah, and so like lyrics didn't capture me, and then the production, like the beat, like didn't capture me either. It's just, I feel like it's just kind of like hit or miss with like that, like very heavy bass style.
What did you give the rate? What are the ratings for this song? I'm curious because I'm like, oh shit, like I like this. This has a little bit of bounce to it. Now I'm curious. What did you put for your ratings?
It wasn't too harsh. I just gave it like just C for everything, basically. I mean, lyrics was D, and then bass and production were C's. Just because I wasn't like jiving with the heavy electric sound, I gave vibe like a D. It just wasn't really like hitting me like emotionally. I wasn't like really attaching myself to it.
Yeah, like it wasn't. Okay. Now, granted, I could agree with you. I feel like I could probably bump the I actually do agree with you. I'll probably take my initial listen, I'm listening to the lyrics. I'm like, all right, this is kind of all right. Like, it's not terrible, but it could be better. But honestly, I could agree with giving the lyrics a D. Like, it did feel like with this song, the lyrics were definitely an afterthought. Like, he was going mostly for the other three. So the production was nice. To me, the instrumental was nice. And the vibes were up there for me. Like, I was like, oh shit, like I'm jamming basically because of the beat. The lyrics were like an afterthought on this song to me personally. So I could agree with that. I could agree with giving the lyrics a D for sure. I think, I probably have to change my assessment of that.
Yeah, I didn't want to like give the beat and production like a C because I feel like it's competently made. It just didn't hit me emotionally. So I'm like, I don't want to say it's like bad. It's just, it wasn't my cup of tea really.
All right, that's fair. All right, so now let me see. So we basically got similar so far. I did not expect you to not like the instrumental of This Is a Must. I didn't expect that. But I also do kind of know that, like, you also have a thing where, like, you don't like when instrumentals or, like, production, they do too much, like, on, like, production. Because if it sounds, like, everywhere and all over the place, you're kind of like, all right, I don't really like it.
Yeah, I mean, there can be beautiful chaos. It just kind of depends on, like, how it, like, lands.
Yeah, like, what's the beauty in the chaos? Is there beauty in the chaos? Because if it's just chaos, then it's like, yeah. So, all right. So we have the next song. The third song on the album is called Father, featuring Travis Scott.
It's lit!
Travis Scott, of all people. I didn't expect it. I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, I'm looking at it now. I originally gave this song a C for lyrics, but I think I'm going to downgrade it to a D.
Okay.
And maybe here's what we got to do. So maybe we got to start solidifying, like, these ratings. So if we got what we got, we're going to solidify them. There's no going back.
I mean, they're arbitrary. Like, I could listen to this album, like, months from now and be like, yeah, you know what? This Is a Must is a fucking banger.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So it's kind of like, yeah. Because I could, like we said, we could listen to this album months down the road and think that every song is, like, fire. All right, so for this song, the production, I gotta give the production an A. The vibes, once again, I give the vibes a A for this, honestly. You give the vibes an A. Because that beat, oh my goodness, the instrumental, like, yo, that bass, like that bumpy bass that makes you want to be like, ooh, it's like you jamming your head like you're in a mosh pit. I was like, yo, I actually like that. Like, that shit is kind of hard. The instrumental I gave an A. I might die. I might, I might downgrade it though, because like I said, it is a bit awkward. It's like I didn't know I didn't get what he was trying to go for. I didn't know if he was trying to go for a party or if he was trying to go for a mosh pit or if he was trying to go it was like a mix of many genres in one song. And I didn't necessarily like that. I thought it was weird. But still, it wasn't bad. Having Travis Scott on the feature, I thought it was decent. I'm not going to say I'm the biggest fan of this song. It's a solid song. It's solid.
Yeah. I mean, I was, myself, I was basically B's across the board, except for lyrics. I did have lyrics as a C. I mean, but everything else I said was B. Like, I thought it was, a good, solid song for the most part.
That's fair. I honestly do think it's a solid song. It's not really much to say about this one. It's Kanye West and Travis Scott. It wasn't really much to say about this one. Yeah, that's just what it is.
I think it is one of those ones where you have to listen to it a couple times, because I think when I first heard it, I was like, I don't know what's going on, because the transition between the sample, because there's parts where it's just the sample, and then it goes into that dun 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 dun, it switches, and it's pretty jarring.
It wasn't the smoothest. Yeah, I'm about to say it wasn't the smoothest transition. So maybe it might have to take a hit in production too. What did I say for production? I said A for production. I probably agree with the B on it because I just now remembered. I took a quick gander and I'm like, yeah, he did do that, and that did kind of throw me off a little bit.
Yeah, the more I listen to it, the more I get like used to it. But it is still like a very jarring like shift when you're like listening to the song. You get like hooked into like the sample, and then it goes into like the electric beat and bass, and then you get hooked into that for the verse, and then it goes back to the calm sample.
Now, mind you guys, all of these ratings are based off of our first time listening. Like, this is our first time listening through the album. So maybe later on down the line, like, we could have maybe an update where we like listen to the album again and like see if anything changed from the last time. But as of right now, the ratings we only listen to the album like once, from front to back. So, give us a little bit of grace, and maybe there might have been some things that we could have possibly missed in listening to the album. But these ratings are just all opinion based. Like, they're just opinion based. The next song is called All the Love. This one kind of felt all over the place. I gave the lyrics a B. I thought it was pretty decent lyrics. I probably gotta give this B's across. I'm not gonna lie. It was some things.
Yeah, I don't deviate too much. I think this is one I probably do like more because I gave the lyrics like a C. It wasn't like bad lyrics. It's just like, I feel like it was mostly like repetitive, which I feel like a lot of these kind of will be. So that probably will be just something that comes up a bit for like a few songs. But yeah, so like the lyrics, probably just a C. But then everything else, like I gave like an A. Like I was vibing with the production, the beat. I mean, yeah, like it made it a vibe for me. I was catching vibes.
I did catch some vibes for the song, and I did like it. So maybe I upgrade my vibes from B to like A. I thought it was, I genuinely did like the song. I was like, okay, this one's a bit of a bop. All right, I fuck with that. But it didn't offer me much though.
Yeah,
it didn't offer me much. So, that was it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do we have any more thoughts on All the Love, or that was kind of it? It was just what it was. It's just what it is. Like, it's just what it is.
Yeah, like like I said, it's very repetitive. Like you get like that all the love, all the shine kind of like chorus bit for just like a majority of the song. But I mean, I do like the sound of it, like the vibe of like that chorus and the way that it was mixing with the actual beat.
The instrumental.
It just made it just like an instant like vibe. Like I was just like immediately kind of like bopping my head to it. I was like, yeah, this is like chill.
I was like, all right, that's not bad at all. I'm like, all right, I like that one a little bit. Now, mind you, I haven't added any of these songs to my playlist. I just feel like they haven't hit me enough to be like, yo, I actually like legit rock with this song. So I'm gonna, add it to my playlist.
Right.
The album was just is what it is to me. Like,
Edie Woody.
So the next one that we have is called Punch Drunk. Honestly, I felt like when I listened to this song, I felt like, yo, this sounds like prime Kanye. Like, I'm like, this sounds like Kanye from like Graduation almost, like Graduation era in that time. I was like, this sounds like what I know Kanye can be. So for this song, right? Let me see, this is number 5. So for this song, I gave the lyrics a B. I felt like he was actually kind of rapping on this one. And I was like, okay, yo, Kanye's actually kind of spitting on this one. So I gave him a B for the lyric. The production, I gave him an A. Or no, the production, I gave him an S for this one. Sorry.
Oh, wow.
The vibes, I gave him an A. And the instrumental, I actually really fucked with that instrumental heavy. So I gave it an S. I gave the instrumental an S. I really like that one. I'm like, yo, Kanye kind of did his thing with this one. Like, I'm like, this is kind of what we were expecting from you. Like, this was the kind of album we were like. This is kind of what, when we hear Kanye West, this is what we want. And yeah, that was all my thoughts for this one. It was a bit repetitive towards the end of the song, but there's nothing much to complain about with this one. The only thing I can say is it's short. It is short. The song's only like maybe 1 minute and 45 seconds.
Yeah, I think
so.
It's...
No,
yeah. I mean, I also like this one. Lyrics, and like instrumental, like the beat. I gave B's. Yeah, I gave an A for the production, and then I caught a fucking massive vibe, dude. I'm not gonna lie, it's catching massive vibes. I gave it an A.
I'm like, yo, I like this song. It's a head bopper. My only gripe with it, like I said, is that it's short.
Yeah.
I practically liked everything about it. My only gripe is that it could have been a longer song. If he would have added like a second verse or something to it, I would have been even more pleased with it. And I think that's what we come across with a lot of songs on these albums, is that they're like, they have the potential to be good songs, but then they're just short. They just cut off short.
Right. Yeah.
Whatever works is our next song. This one also felt like prime, like Kanye, like old school Kanye. I gave the lyrics a B for this one. I gave the production an A. I gave the vibes an A. I gave the instrumental an A. So basically, A's all around except for lyrics. I gave a B. Yo, this song had me like I'm vibing, like I'm bobbing my head, and it was instant from as soon as I heard the instrumental, and then I started listening into the lyrics, and I'm like, oh shit, Kanye's actually spitting. Like, I'm like, all right, this is a vibe. Like, I like this. That was basically it for me on this song. Whatever Works is probably one of my favorites on this album, and I think probably one of the most balanced songs I think that I have rated for this album.
No, yeah, I mean, again, this is 2 minutes, looks like minute 59, about 2 minutes. Not too much for lyrics. I also agreed with the B there. Beats and productions, yeah, I love those. They were both A's for me. The vibe ended up being a B. I mean, I think that's probably just because of like the lyrics. Mm-hmm. Like, I like the beat and production. Probably more could have been done with them, lyrically wise. But right. I mean, again, it's solid. It's solid enough.
But yeah, I was gonna say, it's Kanye. Like, like when it comes to lyrics, like there's a few Kanye verses that I could give him like A's for, and these verses that I'm comparing to that verse or those verses is like, nah. Like like an example of a Kanye verse that I would give like an A to would have to be his verse on No More Parties in LA. And that was simply because I feel like that's probably like the best verse Kanye has ever like rapped. So it's like comparing that to this, it's like, nah, you gotta give that a B. There's no way you can give that an A. Like, but yeah, Whatever Works, I thought was good. It was a solid track. Like I said, I liked everything about it. Also, another thing though, like we said, another problem with it is it's just short.
Yeah.
It's 2 minutes. Now, mind you, this is an 18-track album that's only 42 minutes long. So it's kind of like a lot of these songs are going to be short anyway. And that just is what it is.
Yeah.
Our next one is Mama's Favorite. Mama's Favorite, so basically it has a voice memo from his mom at the end of the song, which I thought was sweet, considering that, she did pass away. May her soul rest. But yeah, for this one, I gave the lyrics and vibes C's and the production and instrumental B's. It wasn't much I could say to that. I didn't really like the lyrics of the song, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
It was just some things, I don't know. It's just something about it, I'm like, all right. Like, it was kind of like, what is this song? I felt like. And when I get to, like, what is this song, it's like, all right, I don't really like it. But what are your thoughts on that? Because...
Well, we were very similar in terms of beat and production. I gave both of those a B. I think they were solid. I think it set the tone for the song very well. I do think, we actually did differ a lot on the vibes and lyrics. Just because like especially with like how like the beat and production were, like it's very like somber, like very slow. It's not like the heavy like energetic like bass that we were getting like earlier in earlier songs,
right?
Or even like kind of like smooth, chill, like kind of soul vibes. It was very much like its own kind of like somber thing. And like I know like a big part of Kanye's story is like his relationship with his mom. So I remember just like seeing the title about like Mama's Favorite, and I was just like, like I wonder if this is going to be related to his mom in any way. And then it like immediately from like the beat and the production, you get that like sad kind of like somber vibe. And so like I locked in, and then like the voice demo like at the end solidified like the S vibe for me. I was like, yeah, like is it a song I would add to my playlist? No. Which is like not like a disrespect to the song in any way. It's just like it was emotional, you know? That's why I gave it like an S vibe. Like it resonated with me emotionally. It just felt like a serious song. Like Kanye just wanted to like get this out. Like it was something like deep within him that he like really wanted to get out. And so I actually gave the lyrics an A too. The vibe was an S, the lyrics were an A. I mean, he has like more like head bopper songs about his mom, like Hey Mama from what was it, College Dropout or Late Registration. I forget which of the two it is, but I mean that's a headbanger. That's in my playlist. This isn't one I would put in my playlist, but it was still one that I was like, yeah, this is like a nice little change.
It was like a nice vibe.
Yeah, it was a nice vibe.
I did. I was like, all right, you know, I liked it more for the production and the instrumental. You know, like I said, it's not a song that I would add to my playlist, but it is a song that I did feel that he needed to get out.
Yeah.
Because, you know, that was one of the things that he just had to get it out. And I know about that a lot. As a person who writes music, sometimes you just gotta get it out there. You just gotta write it down and put it out into the world, so you don't have to hold on to it anymore. And that was kind of what this song felt like for me. But it was also like the placement of the song in the album was a bit odd to me. Because like I said, we're going from the song that we just had before to this somber song just in the middle of the album, and I'm like, all right, that kind of threw me off a little bit.
Right, it's like a little before the halfway point, basically.
Right. You know, I don't have anything insane to say about the song. I just think, you know, it's a song that it is what it is, and it's what it'll be. That's kind of what I feel about this album too. It is what it is. It's Kanye. It's what he wanted to make. That's kind of what it is. So the next song, the next song is called Sisters and Brothers, right?
Mm-hmm.
This song, I cracked up a little bit, bro. Once again, this is another song that I think was also kind of heavily carried by, well, not even heavily carried by the instrumental, but this, or by the sample. But this song was amazing because of the sample, I feel like. I gave lyrics a B for this one. Kanye said something really funny that I thought it was fucking hilarious. Like, I thought it was like the funniest thing ever. But this man said, they say I'm blacking out like Akon. And I'm just like, no way this man actually said that in real time on an actual song, on an officially released album. He said this. And then followed that up with, I'm feeling more con like Genghis. I was like, like, this is very reminiscent of like a Kanye bar of the day. But then at the same time, I'm like, you know what? As much of a meme bar as it feels like, I actually kind of liked it. So I gave the lyrics a B for this one. It's specifically because like I like the way that he was rapping on this one, and I think he was actually rapping on this one. So for the vibes, I gave it an S. For the production, I also gave it an S. And for the instrumental, I gave it an S. So this is probably my favorite song off the album by far. I'm kind of stingy with S's. So for this one to have 3 S's out of the 4 categories means that it was a pretty damn good song to me. And I liked it a lot. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I don't necessarily have too much to add here. In terms of like everything, I kind of gave like just about like every aspect like a B. I mean, yeah, I just thought overall it was good. Like a good solid song. Nothing gravitated me like too much. It just all kind of just like meshed well together enough for it to just feel, complete. It just felt good. It was alright.
It just felt like a complete song, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's understandable. Brothers and sisters, I just thought that line was funny. I had to pull it up because that line to me was like something that Moses would send me as like a Kanye bar of the day, and it really reminded me of that. And I'm like, yo, this bar is so goofy, but like it's this one is like one of those Kanye bars of the day where you're like, yeah, it's goofy. It's you definitely can tell Kanye wrote it, but this one is like, hey, yo, this one's kind of fire. And that's what had me gravitate toward that. So now we are at the halfway point in the album. And at the halfway point in the album comes a song that's called Bully. So it's basically the title song of the album. It's called Bully. It's Kanye West and Ceelo Green. I'm going to be honest with you. I wasn't the biggest fan of this one.
I also wasn't.
Yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of this one. For this one, I gave the lyrics a C.
Yeah.
I gave the lyrics and vibes a C.
Yep.
I gave the production an A, and I gave the instrumental a B.
Okay.
So there were some things in there that I was like, okay, it sounds kind of good, but I didn't really like that instrumental. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It was all right. I wouldn't call it mid, though, because I'm like, it's still better than some of the instrumentals that I've heard in my life. So it's like, I don't know. I don't have too much to say about Bully, the title song of the album. I wasn't a big fan of it.
Yeah, with it being the title song, I kind of expected more from it.
Yeah, I wanted it to be better. Like, you took the words right out of my mouth. Like, honestly, like, for the title song of the album, I thought that it was going to be better, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
I mean, we were basically aligned. Lyric C, vibe C, and then I gave both beat and production Bs.
Yeah, it wasn't too much to say about this song. Not that I don't like it or didn't enjoy it. I don't think it's a terrible song by any means.
Nah.
I just thought, like, for the title song, like, I thought we would be getting something maybe a little better. Like,
yeah, that's.
If he made Sisters and Brothers Bully, then like I would have been like, yo, this is like an incredible song. But then I'm like, this one I didn't like too much. And, there's nothing more to say on it than that. The next song is called Highs and Lows. For Highs and Lows, I don't know where I'm at with Highs and Lows. I gave the lyrics and vibes a B. I gave the production an S.
Okay.
I gave the production an S. I think I'm actually pretty surprised by that rating. Maybe if I go back and listen to it. Nah, I think I could. I don't know. I might have to downgrade it. I might downgrade it to an A for the production. But I will give the instrumental. The instrumental will stay an S. I do like that instrumental a lot.
Yeah.
And, like, with the way that everything came together with that song, I was like, yo, you know what? Kanye definitely did. He did something with this one, and I like it.
Yeah. I gave lyrics a C. It's like it's another one of those, like, short songs where it's mostly just like hook and, like, chorus, and there's, like, a verse, and that verse just wasn't enough for me to, like, give it anything significant in terms of, like, lyrics. And then vibes were a B, probably because it is just mostly, like, repetitive, like, lyrics. But I mean, the production and the beats I gave A's. Like, they were great. I was I was jiving with it. It was hooking me in.
Highs and Lows probably is another one of my songs, or probably is another one of those songs that I like might put on my playlist because I actually kind of do like that song. I was like, yo, this actually this is kind of heat, like highs and lows. He's like, can I get my highs and lows? I was like, yo, I'm like Kanye. I'm like, bro, I don't know what you did, but this one's nice. I like this one. So yeah, that one might go on my playlist. I have to listen to the album more to know what I like and dislike about it. But I'll go more in depth in that. Like, maybe we'll do like a follow-up episode or something, or we'll give it a little bit of a segment where we go over and we've listened to the album maybe like 2 or 3 times and go and give our updated ratings later on. All right, so the next song is I Can't Wait. I don't know. I didn't. I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh, but to me, this one was like laughably bad.
Oh, really?
To me, it was like laughably bad. Like I didn't like the production. I didn't like the lyrics. And because I didn't like the production and I didn't like the lyrics, it kind of brought down the vibes for me. But I do think the instrumental is like good. So the lyrics and production, I gave C's. The vibes, I gave a B. The instrumental, I gave an A. Now, the reason why I gave it a C for the production is because with some of the stuff that he was doing and some of the lyrics and songs that, or some of the lyrics and things that he was singing, it didn't mesh well with the beat for me. So, like, he used, like, an auto-tune, but, like, a specific kind. Mm-hmm. Like he tweaked it a bit, and the way that it sounds like electronic over this beat, and I feel like they're hitting each other. Like I didn't like it. I just felt like they didn't mesh well, and it didn't start meshing a little bit more well until the end of the song. Now, mind you, the song is only 2 minutes, so if half the song I feel like he's fighting the instrumental with the production of his singing and the lyrics, I'm like, yo, this is throwing me off. I listened to it and I'm like, yo, what is this? Like, Kanye, I know you can mix and produce better than this, so what are we listening to right now? That's just how I felt about it. That's how I felt about it. I don't know.
Okay. Man, that's gonna make this interesting then. Lyrics, initially I gave an A. I think I might bump that down, just kind of like going through it. Like there was like one verse that I really liked. I think it was the second verse. That's just like that one part. So I don't know. I might be willing to like bump that down like a little bit. The beat and production, I gave a B and then an A. I did jive with like that. I don't know, like him. See, Kanye is in like a weird kind of position where some samples he can't get like cleared for. So I feel like for certain ones he opts to do like a singing cover, like, well, I think it's called like an interpolation, where it's not a sample, so it's more legally like allowed. And that's what you get in this with like the Can't Hurry Love. It took me a bit to settle into that like singing cover. I don't know, like I it might be carried by the sample. It could be carried by the cover, because that's like an old song. It's a classic, Can't Hurry Love. And so like I know like the vibe of that song. So like when he did like a bit of like a, maybe not like jazzy, but like the beat that he had on it, like it was kind of like, you could like it's electronic, like it's modern, but you know, it felt like it was like kind of going to like, it was like, ding, like, I don't know, like the synth was working for me in terms of like how, like I have like a
Like
nostalgia
how
for
you
that.
put it together.
Yeah, so ultimately that kind of just like, it still like worked with me. And so I gave the vibes a S. Like I was having a really good time there.
Seems like I was pleased. I was pleased with that.
I was pleased. I was pretty pleased.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know. For me, like for the first half of the song, like I said, it sounded like like his production, like his singing and the production of the singing and whatever he used to put on his voice was fighting the instrumental. And I'm like, yo, like, bro, this doesn't sound good. Like, this is chaos. Like, this feels chaotic. Like, I don't like it.
Yeah.
And I'm a guy that listens to hyperpop, and hyperpop is usually chaotic. It was just, this just didn't seem to mesh. It didn't seem to mesh well for me. So I don't have much to say about it, but yeah, it was just one of those ones where it's like, all right, you know, this is what it is. But I definitely did not like how he sung and the tones that he put on it. And like I said, it sounded like it was clashing with the beat. And usually that's not a good thing.
Yeah.
Usually. Sometimes it works out, but this time it just didn't work for me. Let me see, where are we at? All right, so we're at White Lines. We're at the 12th song in the episode called White Lines. And I know it's the song. It's a classic. It's already considered, I guess, a modern classic. But she's like, why do birds suddenly appear? Yeah, I like that. I like the original song. The way that he did this quote unquote sample / interpolation, whatever you want to call it, with a synthy sound to it. So he basically put like a vocalizer on his voice. I didn't like it, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
Yeah, remember how we were just talking about, hold on, let me go back to that. I Can't Wait, where I was like, the way he kind of modernized it and like had like the interpolation worked for me. I'm disgusted by this song. I can't. It does not work in White Lines.
Oh my god.
And they're right, like it's one right after the other. So I'm like, okay, I like how he modernized this. And then I'm like, yeah, this fucking sucks. I'm like, I had to get that out there real quick.
So I gave the lyrics for this song a D. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I gave the lyrics a D. I gave the vibes a C. The vibes, I could have put the vibes at a D because I did not really like this song. But it was the simple fact of I actually like the original song that like he interpolated into his. And it was just because of the very fact that I actually liked that song was the reason why I gave this a C for vibes, because it did make me go back and listen to that song.
Listen to the actual good one.
Yeah, listen to the actual good one, yeah. And I'm like, you know what? I'll give him some brownie points in that area for the vibes, because I'm like, that is a song that I actually do thoroughly enjoy. It's just I didn't enjoy what the fuck he was doing on what he did with this one. The production probably should be lower than what I have it at.
Right.
I have it at a B. It probably should be lower. Nah, scratch that. It's not a B. It's not a B at all. I'll put a C for the production. I think that's a bit fair. I think that's more than fair. I feel like I should have knocked it down like 2 more spots because, like I said, I did not like him interpolating the song like that using the vocalizer on his voice. I didn't like it at all, and it just threw me off. So I'm like, all right, it is what it is. So the instrumental, funny enough, I gave a B to the instrumental. Mm-hmm. Nah, this song is just bad, bro. This song is just bad, bro. It's nothing I can say to that. This is the first song. I can't lie though. We went through a bunch of songs, and this is the first song that I can truly say like I don't like this song.
Yeah, what, like 12 songs in?
Yeah, we're pretty deep into 18. The album, bro. White Lines is the 12th song. This is the first song out of 12 so far that I can genuinely say I dislike. Yeah, I didn't like this one.
We're actually pretty neck and neck with these scores. I gave lyrics a D because like the first half isn't that engaging, but then the second half is him just singing the song. He's just singing. Like legit. He just goes back to singing the actual song. It's like, nigga, this ain't original.
Like facts. It's just like, yo, this shit is throwing me off. Like
the vibes, I think it also was because of like the interpolation. I was like, vibes can be a C, whatever. At this point, I'm like annoyed at the song. Production, yeah, I just gave a C as well. I wasn't a fan of how he modernized it, like did his own take. Yeah, I have no other words for the production. The beat, bro, it's actually very disappointing. If you listen underneath like all of the bullshit, there's a good song in that beat.
Probably a good beat.
There is a good foundation in that beat.
It's just everything else that's overriding it is just so bad. It's just so bad.
Like, if you listen very closely, there is a good song in the soul of this ass.
It's just like, bro, I don't know I don't like this. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm listening to the instrumental. I'm just like, it's such a waste. It's like, prime example. It was like that shit he did where he was like, scoop diddy whoop.
Yes.
Scoop dee whoop dee poop. I'm like, no. There's no way he took this instrumental that was this fire and just did that to it. Like that's what this felt like, bro. To me that's what this song felt like. It was bad.
I would agree with you there.
Song number 13, Circles. Actually, this one was with Don Toliver.
Yeah.
And I like the first part of it. The production kind of took a hit for me because the way that Don Toliver kind of sounded over the beat. I didn't necessarily like the mix, but it wasn't enough to throw me off and say like the production is like a B or a C.
Yeah.
I gave the production an A for this one. I gave the instrumental an A for this one. I gave the vibes a B because, you know, Don Toliver did his thing. I do like that. Kanye did his thing. I like that. They made the song vibey. So I feel like because of the instrumental and the production, it made the song a bit of a vibe for me. The lyrics, I gave a C. The song itself is kind of repetitive. Mm-hmm. There's not really anything impressive or much to say about the lyrics. It kind of just is what it is.
Yeah.
Mind you, I would listen to it, but if I'm counting right now, I'm gonna tell you this song is 1.5 minutes, right? Mm-hmm. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 lines in the song. 4 out of the 11 of those lines is just him saying circles. So it's kind of like, you know, maybe that should take a hit for the lyrics. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I should put a hit on the lyrics for that, because instead of a C, I might have to give the lyrics a D for that, because I just now realized it's 11 lines in the song and 4 out of the 11 lines is him saying circles 4 times. So, yeah, I gotta take it down. But the vibes stay up. Like I said, Don Toliver, he came in, he did his thing. The instrumentals and the production I like. So, that is what it is.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, Eli. I put, for lyrics, I just put a question mark. Because for a whole minute and a half, 90 seconds, it's just the same thing over and over. This song is called Circles because these lyrics are literally just going in a circle for like fucking 90 seconds, dude.
For a whole 90 seconds.
That's it. That's literally all it is. I think that's why like the vibe was down. I gave the vibe a C. I didn't even know what to rate the lyrics, and then
you didn't even know what to rate the lyrics.
It straight up is a question mark in my notes. And then production and beats, I gave B's. They were they were good. I like the beat, but it's just nothing else of substance in that song.
No, exactly nothing else, bro. I'm just like, all right. I'm like, now, granted, it is a song that I would probably put on my playlist, but like I said, the problem is maybe if they made the song a little bit longer and like added another verse to it, then I might have been okay. Like this has been the root problem that we keep coming to with this album, is that like there are good songs that could be, or they're decent songs that could be good if they were a little bit longer.
Yeah.
And we just keep coming back to the same topic, and that seems to have been the problem of this album. Like,
high key, some of these like songs either should have been scrapped or saved for another album, and he should have fleshed out probably like a lot more of these songs so that it's like either like the same length or longer, but like there's less songs, so each song has more substance to it.
Yeah, so that at least we could, go out and give a fair, like, rating. That's what I seem to be the problems that I have with this song, with this album. Like, it's a bunch of short songs, and some of them are so short that it's like, damn, you would have enjoyed it more if it was a little bit longer. But yeah, you just can't enjoy it. It's kind of like that. This is what it is. And I don't know how long Kanye's been working on this album. But yeah, it is. I can't complain. But like I said, that's been the problem of this album. So our next song is called Preacher Man. Preacher Man was interesting. Like I said, this is another song where he used a sample, but he didn't use it in the same way that he used the other samples. So the way that he used this sample, he used the sample like a chorus basically, and then wrote his verse, and then used the sample at the end again as a chorus. I didn't think it was bad. I thought it was a pretty decent sample. So what I did was I made the lyrics a C. I rated the lyrics as a C. I rated the vibes as a B. I gave an A for production, and I gave an A for the instrumental. And that's just simply because, like I said, I like what he did. I like that he used the sample, right? He used the sample, but like I said, he used the sample now in a different way than what he used previously. So in the other previous songs where he used the sample, he mixed it into his verse. So he was rapping, da 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 da, like King, the opening song. He was rapping, he was doing his thing, he was going ba 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 ba, and then the instrumental comes in at the end of that, like King, and then like for example, like when he hit the Martin Luther, and then the sample came in, King. Yeah, he didn't do that with this one. With this one, he used the sample as a chorus and then rapped his verse, and then used again the sample as the chorus. I was like, okay, that's a different way to, That's a different way to approach it. At least, you know, you have the samples, but now you're doing something different with the sample. And I like that. That is one thing I liked about the song, that at least when, like, he's using the samples across the album, I'm like, at least he's not doing the same thing over and over again with the samples. Like, he's giving us different looks with these different samples. I gave my ratings for it, right? I gave my ratings for it already, right?
I believe so, yeah. Yeah, I think
so
there were like 2 A's, a B, and a C.
Yes. So, let's hear what you have to say about this one. I'm curious.
All right, so we both agreed C's for lyrics. So yeah, not really too much to add there. I think you covered everything. The vibe I put as a C, and I don't think it's because of the way that the song is, but more because of like I feel like it could have been more, personally. Like,
it could have been more. I understand what you're saying. I got you.
I like I gave the production and B's. I like the way he used, like you were saying, like he used the sample as like chorus, like he used it in like a different way than he did the other samples. Like, I like the way he used it. This is one where I feel like the fact that it's, I mean, it is like 3 minutes, but the last like 30 seconds is just like the sample just kind of playing out. Yeah, I feel like it doesn't really reach like its peak until like that very end, like when he's like mixing the sample in like a energetic, because it's very low key, like the way he used like
wait
this
a minute.
What?
Oh, I got my ratings mixed up. Oh shoot.
Oh, what?
You see, hold on. I gotta see what number song we're on. Wait a minute. We're on 14, right? That's Preacher Man?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Hold on.
But yeah, I mean, it, like, I don't know.
Okay. I gave the lyrics and production B's. I gave the vibes and instrumental C's for this song.
Oh, okay.
I repeated the ones from the last song, the ratings from the last song.
Oh.
But yeah, so B's for production and lyrics, C's for vibe and instrumental for this one specifically.
Okay.
I gotta do better for next time. But yeah, yeah, it wasn't really much to say about this song. I like that he did do something different though with the sample. That is one thing that I liked. He did something different with the sample at the least. But yeah, and like you said, it does feel like the song could have been more. I completely agree. The song really could have been more, but again, we come to the common theme of this album where it's like, it is what it is. I think that's got to be the slogan for this album. It is what it is. Like, it is what it is. Let me see. 1, 2, 3. All right. So the next one is Beauty and the Beast. This song, I didn't want to laugh at it, but this song, oh brother. So this song,
that's not great.
I gave a C for lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
I gave a D for vibes.
Oh, damn.
I gave a D for instrumental.
Oh, damn.
And I gave a B for production, because at least, you know, it's still, it sounds good, but everything is just bad. Everything's bad, but it sounds good. Like, it's just one of those head scratcher songs. It's like, maybe you should have scrapped this one. I mean, it sounds well produced. It's just, I didn't like it. And then again, it's short. It's 1 minute and 42 seconds. Maybe if it was a bit longer, then like I might be able to give like higher ratings. But for what the song is, nah. Felt like I was listening to him sing over like over, like, you know, the third world of Super Mario Bros. On the Wii, where it's the ice, it's the ice world. I kind of felt like I was listening to him sing over one of those instrumentals in the ice world on Mario Bros. I'm like, no, bro, this isn't it, bro. Like, this is not it, bro. So yeah, I had to leave it at that. I couldn't. This song was just like, oof. Like, yeah, probably should have scrapped this one. But that's all my thoughts for that one. That's the second song now. But mind you, the album is 18 songs. So 2 songs that are like, all right, no, is not bad at all.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to pick from. there's a lot to be interested in.
Yeah, that's my rating on that one.
Yeah, well, you know, we agreed on one thing. Lyrics aren't exactly, they're not it. They're alright. I just gave a C for that one too. Honestly, I think this is one where like the sample kind of carries, because I did give it like high vibes. Like I was just like that like repetition of like the put me down. It was one that I did vibe with. It was a A for the vibe. And then I just gave production and the beats just B's for both.
I mean, that's fair. That is fair. I give that as a fair assessment, bro. But that one to me, I'm like, what in the Super Mario Bros. Am I listening to right now? Yo, I'm like, Kanye, this is what we're doing now, bro? I was just like, all right, yeah, this one's not it. It's definitely not one of my favorites at all. Not even close. I'm like, bro, you should have just kept this one in the vault.
In the vault.
Literally, bro. I feel like this one should have never saw the light of day.
Good Lord.
Yeah. The sample, I agree, definitely does carry, but like the sample is at the end of the song, bro. Like the sample's at the end of the song. Like, so it's like for the sample to carry the song and it's at the end of the song and it's already a 2-minute song, you basically waste like a minute and some change just listening to Kanye and this beat that I feel like is this ass. And I'm like, no, bro, I don't condone of it. So yeah, that's all I had to say for that one. What do we have next here?
We're in our final 3.
Yes, we are. We're almost at the end of the album, ladies and gentlemen. Song number 16 is called Damn. And honestly, Damn to me might actually be my favorite song off this album.
I thought you were about to say it might be your least favorite, or you were about to say it might be the worst. I was like, oh shit.
No. This might actually be like the best song on the album, in my personal opinion. Like, this sounds like, to me, a classic Kanye song. Like, it could be a classic Kanye song. This song, Damn, I kid you not, like, I actually loved it. Like, I was literally singing the chorus after the song was over, and I'm like, yo, you know what? I like this. I still gave it a C for lyrics, though. I did give it a C for lyrics. There wasn't much to behold. Even though I did like the chorus, I still gave it a C. The instrumental, I gave an A. The production and vibes, I gave both S's.
Mm-hmm.
I really thoroughly enjoyed this song. Like, maybe after this podcast is over, I'll go and add it to my playlist. But I did really enjoy this song when I first heard it. You know, it felt like a Kanye classic.
Yeah. Yeah, we were actually pretty similar on this one. I liked the way, I liked the way he was like delivering the lines. Like, what's it called? Let me go back. He was like, where it's like, damn. He's like, did I ruin your plans? I like that. It is repetitive, so I did give it a C as well. But I mean, like the way it felt, like I gave like the production an A. I gave the like the instrumental a B, and like it's short, but I mean this one felt like it could be short. I was still like vibing with it. Like everything was coming together with me. I gave it an S for the vibe.
I liked it. Honestly, like I said, it's probably and this is why I'm glad that we started the podcast, because like I said, if I didn't like an album and I was a few songs in, I would just like scrap it and I'd just stop listening to it. But now this forcing me to like listen to the entirety of the album, and I found my favorite song basically at the last part of the album.
Yeah.
So you know, it's already, the podcast is already doing wonders for me as I speak, and that'd be that. But yeah, that was basically it. Like, there's nothing more I have to say about this song. Definitely by far my favorite song on the album, and that's it.
Yeah.
What else? Last Breath. Whoa, never in my 23 going on 24 years of living would I have thought I would be hearing Kanye speak Spanish. And guess what? I didn't like it.
Damn.
I just came off of the high of him. I'm like, yo, this is probably unanimously my favorite song on this album. And no.
Damn.
And after that, for this one to come right after Damn, my favorite song on the album, it was just disappointing, bro. Yeah, it was. I was like, you know what? I gave the vibes an A. Now, mind you, these ratings probably reflect how, was me giving them in fairness. I don't think they necessarily reflected how I felt about the song. Because, I mean, there were things that I liked. I did like the instrumental. I gave the instrumental an A. I liked the production. I think it does sound good. Everything was mixed well. I liked the vibe. The only thing was I just didn't like hearing Kanye speak Spanish. I was just like, bro, you got what is his name? Featuring Peso, Pluma. I'm just like, yo, let the Spanish guy do the Spanish lyrics, bro. You, Kanye, you stick to English, because I don't know, that kind of threw it off for me. So maybe, I don't know. I feel like I gave fair ratings for this. I gave the lyrics a C. I do feel like I gave a fair rating for this song, but it just wasn't my favorite. I'm not gonna say the song was ass. I think it is a decent song. Like, clearly by how I rated it, 3 of the categories have an A, and the lyrics have a C. It's not a bad song. It's just Spanish Kanye was not on my bingo card for 2026.
Nah, it wasn't on my card either. I did like it though. Look.
You did like it? You liked it?
What's it called? Bro. Yeah, I was not expecting Spanish Kanye either, but you know, I was like, I think the beat and production immediately like sold me into it. Yeah, I mean that's a good beat, bro. You got like the little like maracas in the background, bro. My vibe was an A, bro. My little Puerto Rican heart was, well, half Puerto Rican heart was like jumping up and down. It might have been doing the fucking salsa.
He's like, you salsa. Like, I salsa.
Now, the black half had to look up the lyrics.
Yeah, legit had to look up the lyrics. I'm like, oh.
I was on Genius. I was doing the auto translate. It was close enough. I did give lyrics a B. But I mean, like everything else, maybe I'll even give like the actual instrumentals like an A too. Like I gave it a B, but I might be willing to bump it up. I think the lyrics, it's weird because like I feel like for Spanish songs you can deliver like mid to okay lyrics, but because of like the Spanish and like the way that like the language flows, it makes it better.
It makes it sound better.
Yeah, it makes it sound better. So it's not like the most creative or like inventive lyrics. Like it's basically just like, you know, it's just kind of like what you'd expect. It's like a seductive kind of like south of the border kind of vibe. It's
Right.
nothing it's nothing original, but the way that like the production was with the beat along like the lyrics, it just, you know, I was getting like a great vibe from it.
Right. I'm like, all right. Like, I get the vibe. I get the instrumental. I get all of that. It was just Spanish Kanye was not on my favorite card. And
Spanish Kanye was a whiplash when I listened to that in the car, bro.
Really? I'm like, what? I'm like, all right. You know what? It is what it is.
Not like bilingual Kanye. He was going in and out of Spanish and English.
Yeah, he was going in and out of Spanish. That's why I was like, all right, I see you. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the final song of the album. The outro, if you will. The closer.
Duran.
And with this closer, nah. This closer, nah. So, I gave the lyrics a D. I gave the vibes a B. I gave the production an A, and I gave the instrumental a C. I was kind of all over with this song. Because there were a lot of things that, like, I did like the production, but I, like, almost despised the lyrics, but there's worse. So it was like, I can't give him an F for the lyrics. It would have to be a D, because, like I said, I've heard worse. So, you know, I gave him a D for the lyrics. The vibes, I gave him a B. I did vibe with it a little bit. The instrumental, I gave it a C. I wasn't a huge fan of it. But the production, like the way that everything came together and everything worked together, I think it was a solidly produced song. So, you know.
Yeah, I am a fair bit higher on this one than you were. The only thing that was an A was like the vibe. I think like everything I gave like a B, like lyrics, beat, and production. Like I think like they were all like solid. It's just like everything kind of coming together made like the vibe probably just bigger than like okay. Like I was, you know, like really like getting into the song. Like the way like the like chorus was in the background. Like it's well done. Not like nothing about any of it was like great. It's not like great lyrics, not great like production, I'd say. It's just, you know, everything was solid, and just the way that everything kind of came together, I think, just made me vibe with it like a lot more.
That's fair. I mean, as an outro, I mean, it served its purpose. It closed off the album. It did what it was meant to do. I feel like I'm basically saying the same thing about it did what it was meant to do. I feel like I'm basically saying the same thing about the outro was the same thing I was saying about the intro. It's all right. It's solid. It's a solid outro song. And that's just what it was to me. But overall, I do think it was a decent album. Like I said, it only had 2 songs on the album that I was just like, nah, you got to put that back in the it was only a couple of those, but it was a bunch more songs where I was like, this song is too short. Yeah. And if it was a little bit longer, maybe, you know, we would have gave it like higher grades in certain areas, but the songs were just so short. So we were kind of just left with, this is what it is, and that's all you get.
Yeah.
Like I said, Circles is one of my more liked songs on it. But the problem with Circles is, it's 11 lines in the song. Again, it's 11 lines in the song. And 4 of the lines is him saying circles 4 times. So it's like, bro, if we maybe could have got like an extra verse or something, I would have felt like, you know, a bit better about it. But yeah, I don't feel great.
Yeah. Like there can be like, I've absolutely heard like 2-minute songs that like feel complete. Like sure, they could be longer if you really wanted to, but like the way that it is like perfectly fine. Like it's great like the way it is. It's fine. Like you don't need it to be longer, but I just feel like a lot of these these songs just didn't have like a solidified like identity. Like they needed more room to play around with like how they were like mixing things and like how like things were being produced. It's just like I don't know. A lot of them were solid, but they probably could have been like elite if they just had more time to flesh out like what they really were.
Word. All right, yeah, I was going to say that's literally my only critique of this album. The short songs on there just were too short. I feel like he didn't give us enough. But you know, that's pretty much it. I don't really have much to say about this album. We went over the album, gave us a lot of content. We went over a lot in this album. So 18 songs. It's 18 songs, 42 minutes. Kanye West, Bully. It's overall it's an overall solid album. If I had to grade it on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably give the album like I'd probably give it like a 6 or a 7. Either or. I'd probably more solidify with like a 6. Because like I said, it wasn't terrible, but I wasn't really amazed by it either. But maybe that rating will go up if we listen to it from front to back a couple more times.
Yeah, I never really thought about a rating. I'm probably like a little more higher on it because, you know, vibes is like a pretty big part, and there were like a lot of like ones that were like A vibes for me, at least some S.
Right.
So I mean, I probably go maybe somewhere between like 7 and 8.
Like 7 and 8.
Yeah, just from like mostly vibes alone.
I'll solidify mine at 7. I'll definitely solidify it at 7 because, like you said, you are correct. This album I feel like was more about production than anything else.
Yeah.
A lot of the songs were really well produced, but outside of that, you know, that was all there was to it. So, you know, that is what it is. But ladies and gentlemen, that was our assessment of Kanye West's new album, Bully. For next week, we have another album that we're going to be reacting to by the name of If Nevermore. It's the deluxe. So, Anhedonia is the name of it. So, If Nevermore, Anhedonia. It's a deluxe album by Suburban, and me and Moses will be taking a listen to that album, and we'll be giving you guys the rating. It's alternative, so that's a new genre that we have on the podcast, and we're looking to explore into other albums and other genres. So I think that concludes our assessment of Bully. We hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you guys next time.